Okay, let's get into this. We are doing a deep dive today on some pretty serious pro video tech, specifically the Datavideo PTC-325G. It's a 4K tracking PTZ camera, and it comes in at around $3,400. So our mission really is to figure out how a camera like this combines that top-tier broadcast image quality with, almost totally hands-free automation.
And you can see that quality right in the specs. I mean, we're talking about a 12.8-inch CMOS sensor at its core.
Which is key for the image.
Absolutely. It gives you that crisp 4K resolution all the way up to 2160p at 60 frames a second. And the zoom, it's a 30x optical zoom.
30 times.
Plus a 16x digital on top of that. And it starts with a really fast f1.8 aperture, which, we'll get to why that's so important for low light later.
Right, but that optical performance is really just one part of the equation here. The real magic seems to be in the custom auto object tracking. How does it actually pull off that smooth, professional-looking movement you need for a live show? It can't just be basic motion detection.
It's not. It's not reacting, it's anticipating. The camera uses what's called an integrated PID algorithm.
PID?
Yeah, proportional integral derivative. It's a control loop mechanism. Datavideo calls it smart PTZ speed adaptation.
Okay, so what does that actually do?
Well, it basically uses constant feedback to smooth out any movement errors. It's actively detecting how fast your subject is moving and then predicting where they'll be next. And that's how it gets rid of all those problems that, older PTZ cameras had.
The jerky movements or the sudden stop?
Exactly. All of that is gone.
So that really changes the game for the person operating it remotely. But how robust is it? I mean, what if a speaker walks behind a desk or someone else walks into the shot?
And that's where the custom part is so critical. You can actually designate one person for it to track.
Ah, so you can lock it onto your main speaker?
You lock it on, and it will ignore everything else. Desks, other people walking by, any other visual noise. The automation is handling the physical movement, but a human is still setting the creative intent.
And speaking of that intent, you also have the RMC-1AT controller, which lets you switch between, full body, half body, and close-up shots.
Exactly. And that ties directly into visual storytelling. I mean, the source material even points out that framing is a narrative choice.
How so?
Well, a centered shot gives you stability, right? But if you place your talent on the left or right third of the frame, you create this negative space. That space can suggest what they're looking at, or even, as the source says, hint at potential future possibilities. The tech is there to support the story.
Okay, so the movement is smart, but that's only half the battle. If you have this powerful automation, you need the workflow to actually handle it live. Let's talk about connectivity.
It's where it gets really robust. You've got simultaneous outputs, HDMI 2.0, IP streaming, and 12G-SDI.
And that 12G-SDI is a big deal.
It's huge. It lets you run a full 4K signal over one single cable. That's essential for cutting down latency in a high-stakes live broadcast.
And the whole setup process is made simpler right out of the box, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks to power over Ethernet or PoE.
Right.
So your installation is just one single Cat6 cable. That's it. It handles power and data, so you don't need to worry about finding a power outlet near the camera. And the networking is solid too. It has NDI virtual input support, so it works with, Zoom, Teams, all the big platforms. Plus, it can dual stream. So you can send one feed to a public CDN like YouTube and a second high-quality backup to a private service like Datavideo's DV Cloud.
And for a real studio environment, you've got the tally light. Green for preview, red for program. Simple as that.
And you can't forget compatibility. This camera, it speaks the language of pretty much any video system. It supports all the major control protocols, VSCA over IP, DVIP, ONVIF. So it doesn't matter if your control desk is old or new, this thing will plug right in. Plus, it can store 255 different presets.
Which gives you a ton of flexibility for different shots. And you mentioned that f1.8 aperture earlier. That comes back for low light performance, right?
It does. It performs incredibly well in low light, down to 0.5 lux, because it also has this advanced 3D noise reduction technology built in.
So when you put it all together, what you have is this single device that delivers incredible 4K video, but it's also handling tracking, framing, power, and multiple outputs all remotely.
Which leaves you with a really interesting question. I mean, if this kind of advanced automation is already deciding who the camera focuses on, what does that mean for the next generation of creators? Are they going to be focused more on directing the actual scene and less on just, operating the equipment?
Like a great question to think about as you continue your own deep dive. We'll see you next time.